Mrs. Forrester, if there was someone else, nobody needs to know.
Oh, stop it. Do you realize what you're insinuating? That I've been lying to my husband all these years. I mean, that's... I am telling you that Eric is Ridge's father. Doctor, I wasn't pregnant when I started to date him.
You took a test?
I didn't have to take a test.
Mrs. Forrester, you are aware of the fact that a woman can be pregnant and still menstruate.
This is just insane. We did a whole battery of paternity tests.
You tested Ridge's paternity?
No, not Ridge's. No. I'm going to tell you this in confidence. There was a question of paternity of a little girl. They didn't know if Eric was the father or if Ridge was the father. So they took blood samples from Ridge, from Eric, even from me. Now, if what you say is true, wouldn't they have discovered it at that time? Wouldn't they have told us?
You would think so, but not necessarily. You see, paternity tests are about DNA, and what I'm talking about are blood types, and those are two separate issues. So if they checked Ridge and Eric's blood types, it was only to make sure it was consistent with the little girl's. There would have been no reason to check yours either. Only your DNA. Of course, it is possible that they did discover the truth, and they just chose not to say anything. I have no way of knowing that. What I do know is based on the information that I have here, your husband could not have fathered your son.
Television. You know, Sal, maybe you should cut this guy Massimo some slack. I mean, he's been in love with Stephanie Forrester for how many years?
Too many years, Antonio, and certainly long enough for him to know better. But I am feeling psychic these days, so I will make a prediction, all right? I predict that probably Massimo will go on pining for that woman for the rest of his life.
Unless, of course, she gives in to temptation. Come on, Sal, nobody's perfect.
I know that. And certainly Stephanie isn't perfect. She's human. She would probably enjoy a flirtation with a man like Massimo. Why not? She might even enjoy leading him on a little bit. But would she do anything to jeopardize her marriage? No, never.
Well, if it's true that there's no hope for him and Stephanie...
There is not a snowball's chance in hell.
Ah? Well, that he's bound to figure it out. Huh? Hey, who would ever thought that Sally Spectre would be rooting for Stephanie and Eric to be happy?
It is kind of wild, isn't it? For once, the odds are in my favor. Because I honestly believe there's nothing on this earth that would cause Eric and Stephanie to break up now.
This can't be happening. This is Eric's child. His son. His first child. Eric can't lose his son.
He's not going to.
But that's what we're talking about, isn't it? Everything they've been through together? All these years?
They still have that. And they always will. Mrs. Forrester, you have information that you didn't have before. That's all. Now, whether you choose to share that with anyone...
Well, you can't tell anyone.
I'm not going to.
You have to give me your word of honor. You give me your word.
I give it to you.
Do you understand what this would do? This would kill my son. It would kill my husband. Do you understand you can't tell anyone?
I understand.
All he ever wanted in his life was to be like his father. I mean, when he came and told us that he wanted to be a designer, I thought Eric. I thought he burst with pride. He was so excited. Everything he's ever done, he's done for Rich. He built this business. He wanted to have something to give him, to leave to him. He only wanted to be the kind of father that all the children could look up to.
And it sounds like he succeeded beautifully.
If they ever found out about this, neither one of them would ever forgive me.
Mrs. Forrester, you're upset. Understandably so. But right now, I want you to try and calm down. Your son is going to be waking very soon. He's going to need you. And he is going to need his father.
This would only hurt them. You understand that? It would only hurt them. So you can't tell anyone.
Mrs. Forrester, you and I are the only ones who know we've had this conversation. As far as I'm concerned, we never did.
Rich. Oh, my God. Are you okay? Are you in pain?
Hey, Doc.
I want to go get your doctor. I'll be right back.
Hey, bro. I'm glad you're back.
What gives?
I heard that you got in a fight with a samurai sword and lost.
Massimo.
Did Massimo do this to you, Rich?
No.
Are you sure?
It wasn't his fault. Still a bastard.
See? It's the same old Ridge.
Where's Mother?
Well, she's here. She's giving blood.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go get her, okay? You take care.
You all right?
Am I all right? Yes. Yes, I'm all right. Now,
Good.
look, son, it's probably best if you try not to talk right now.
I have to tell you.
Tell me what?
Heard what you said.
You did?
Me too.